Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Now we've got a 2014 Audi A3 behind us, 1.6 diesel. Now I say an A3, I mean it's bigger than a 2005 A4 for God's sake, it's huge. But anyway, what we're doing is we're servicing it with all genuine Audi parts. So this is the oil, let's get zoomed up there. That's the oil we're using. So, like I said, it all comes direct from Audi. New sump plug and washer. New filter. It's a diesel oil filter. There's the part number. Now we get to the diesel filter. Now, this is obviously the diesel filter. That's the part number. When I actually contacted Audi on getting the service kit for this, also have a pollen filter. I know I don't really show pollen filters, but I do replace them. Anyway, so I spoke to Audi, told him what car it is, said we need the service bits, and he says, what mileage has got on it? I said, it's about 35,000 kilometers. All right, well you only need this, this, and this. And I said, no, I want everything. Audi, in their ultimate wisdom, has said you don't replace the diesel filter for 80,000 kilometers. Yes, that's right, 80,000 kilometers, which is around 50,000 miles, which is on an average driving is like 5-6 years driving before you have to change this, which is absolutely ridiculous. Don't do it. Change it well, I say every 5,000 miles, but I know that can be quite expensive, but every 10,000 miles, replace everything. If you're doing it yourself, definitely every 5,000 miles, put all this in this car every time, new, guarantee you won't have any problem with the engines. You start leaving this into 50,000 miles, 80,000 kilometers, you're gonna have problems. I can promise you now. Anyway, so Audi, get your shit together. Redonkulous. Anyway, so I was in the shop the other day, and you know when you go into like them type of shops, you see key rings with your names on it, you see pens with your names on it. I've never seen anything with my name on it, and I finally found a cup with my name on it. Just show you the back of it. I think that can't be more of a truer word, but most importantly, my name is on the front. Now, there you go. So I'm serving this car, drinking out a cup with my name on it. What more do you want? Sorted. Right, I normally wouldn't do the diesel filter first, and to be fair, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to do the diesel filter first. I'm just curious to see how clean or dirty or whatever this happens to be. Now, it's obviously not the filter's fault if it's dirty, but if you get bad diesel from somewhere or shitty diesel or whatever the case may be, that's going to affect your filter, not how good your filter is. If you've got crap diesel or something from somewhere and it's gone through the tank, well, that's going to affect the diesel. So it's a T20 torque, and it opens these bolts on the top. And I'm just curious to see exactly what it looks like. Now you don't tighten these bolts a lot, about 5 newtons. As you can see, they're just tiny, they're not big. T20 torques. Now even if this filter is clean, that doesn't mean that the filter has done its job in that sense. It just means that whatever diesel's been put in this car has been very good. But I just can't see. It's only done 30,000 kilometers, so take that in mind. I can't see 50,000 miles, 80,000 kilometers. I can't see how that is going to be good for the car. So, normally they are a bit tight. Moment of truth. Just pull it out of the way and slowly take out the filter. Now, let's just compare them. 30,000 kilometers, a new one. And Audi say it can do 80,000 kilometers. And I don't know if this has been changed before. I know it's a genuine Audi part, but this could have also been changed. So that means it hasn't done 30,000 kilometers. But as you can see, look how dirty that is, even after 30, if it has only done 30. 80,000 kilometers? I don't think so. I'm going to suck the remaining diesel out of here, and I won't go to the bottom because we can see there's a lot of crap on the bottom, and I want to try and show you that. Right. Try and get the camera in here now and show you what I mean. I hope you can see down there. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. I've seen a lot worse. I don't know if the camera's really showing that very well, but you can see there's a lot of little kind of black crappy bits there, little bit of water, but just basically normal everyday crap that you would get in your diesel. And if that's in it already, you can just imagine what's going to be in it in 80,000 kilometers, especially if you've got bad diesel from somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck out the rest of this, get a rag, I'm going to wipe inside. Then you've either got one or two options. You can either put diesel back in it, because you do need diesel in this, else it won't prime. Put diesel back in it, or you can just take out one of these pipes and suck the diesel through the tank, which is what I think I'm going to do. But let's get the rest of this out first. Now, if you are going to put a rag down here, make sure it's clean. Don't just shove a dirty one down in here, because it's not going to really do anything now, is it? Lovely. Now, it's got a big Audi sign on it, which, yeah, take whatever you want out of that. But anyway, we have the rubber seal already on it, which is good. And it's just a case of plopping it back down, making sure it sits. This pipe here has to go in the center of there, so it has to go like that, and it kind of clips in. So make sure you've got that in level before you try and screw the screws down, because otherwise you can break something. And just the same with the wheel, you want to tighten the corners or the opposites to get this down level, and put all the bolts in before you even attempt to tighten it down or to tighten any of them down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so opposite corners, 5 newtons. As you can see, I'm just using the actual, my hand is on the head of the ratchet. I'm not even using the ratchet arm, so I can't over tighten these. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which pipe comes from the tank, which is this one. I'm going to take off this pipe, and I'm going to use my sucker to suck diesel from the pipe, from the tank, into here. Once it starts coming into my sucker, I know that this here is full. It really is as simple as that. Pull off a little clip. Well, these can be annoying, and this one is going to be annoying. Yep. Come on. Come on, Betsy. Haha. You lose. Now, still got to get this off. These can be tight, as you can see. Now, this one might prime without me doing this. I know the older ones, or the older Passats, should I say, don't. So I'm not sure about this one, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Well, actually, what we'll do, for the hell of it, is we'll see if it will prime. So then we'll know. I'll just leave that off for the minute. So I'm going to try and start this. Now, it will start initially because there's going to be a bit of diesel in the line. But there's a chance it's going to cut out after a few seconds. Well, it will cut out after a few seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the key or cycle the key on and off a few times before I start it, and let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'll just take this pipe off and I'll suck the diesel through. But just for shits and giggles, let's see if it will actually self-prime. So then we'll all know, because I don't. So before I do that, another drink. So let's see what happens. So, put the key in, turn it off, put it on, turn the radio off. Right, I don't really hold much hope out for this, to be honest, but we'll see. What's the worst that can happen, eh? Straight away it stopped. Well, to be honest, I thought it would start quicker. Right, I'm just going to kind of turn it over for a few more seconds just to see. It's trying. Right, it was trying, so I'm going to do that one more time, and if not, I'm just going to suck diesel through. Oh, I think it did there. Right, one more time. Sorted. There we go. So, you don't need to do all that crap that I was about to do. One thing you don't want to do is I need to leave this running now for a few minutes just to kind of make sure it's not going to be airlocked or anything like that. Also, I need to let the engine warm up because I need to change the oil next. But if you're doing that with your car, really don't let it turn over any more than what I did, because if you keep letting it turn over and turn over and turn over, you can just burn out your starter motor and overheat it and do all sorts of damage. So if it doesn't really start after kind of what I did, I wouldn't try anymore. So once I turn the camera back on, we'll do the oil. Right, so the car is plenty warm enough. It's a 19mm socket for the sump. So we've got a new sump washer and sump plug. So just let this drain first. See if I can do it without getting covered. And that nut is very hot. I think I'm going to get covered. Ah, that's fucking hot. Audi put this stupid cover under the sump, and all it does is it just sucks everything up, and it is an absolute nightmare. If you've got a leak or anything underneath, you'll never know. Not until it's too late. It's a stupid idea. That is bloody hot. So we'll put the new one back. Now I was asked before, someone said you should always undo the oil filter first, and because you'll leave oil in and blah 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 blah. It's not necessarily the case, depending on where the engine is. This oil filter is hanging down, so there's going to be oil in the filter, but it's going to make no difference. Once the oil comes out of this, when I screw up the sump, it's going to make no difference to the oil filter. And there's always a bit of oil left in your engine anyway. It's impossible to get all the oil out your engine. It's just not going to happen. So, but with this I should be able to actually undo the sump plug and the oil filter. Now Audi, in their ultimate wisdom, have put the oil filter in a stupid place, and I'm going to have to start disconnecting pipes and wires just to take the thing off, which is stupid. I don't know what car companies think At times I really don't. Let's see if we can get you in looking at this filter. Now where my finger is, right there behind one of the radiator pipes, which fair enough you can move out of the way, but then we've got some wires, I can't quite tell what they're going to, but some wires and another pipe is all in the way for me to get this oil filter out, as you can see. I'd say it's a 27mm socket, just a plastic housing, just kind of the standard housing these days, but just in an absolutely ridiculous place. So I'm not going to be able to film this, but you're going to clearly see where it is when you're doing it yourself. Let's see if we can get the size first. Right, it's a 32mm, and it's going to be fun trying to get this down. What I'm going to do first is put the sump plug back in, the new one. Now, it's always good just to give it a wipe and check it when you put the new stuff in, just so you know if it's leaking or not. Now let's see what we can do with the oil filter, which is in a stupid place. Now what I'm going to do first is just crack it open and let oil come out of it first, just to drain before I attempt to do anything else with it. If I can even get the socket on. What is going on here? Audi, this is stupid design. Absolutely stupid. Put a thing that needs to be changed quite regularly, and you put it in a stupid place. Well, if there's anything to go with your oil filter or with your diesel filter, this might need to be changed every 1,000,000 miles, and the timer belt might need to be changed every century. And there are enough the stupid things you've got on your oil filter or diesel filter. Right, this should be leaking in a minute now. Just let it leak. Why aren't you leaking? There we go. Leaking a lot though. Expecting a bit more than that. Drip. There we go. Just going to let that kind of drip off for a few minutes before I try and take this out. Still don't know exactly how I'm going to get it out yet. This is the new one. Now, I'm just trying to do this without getting covered, but I don't think there's going to be any way, really. Will this even come past the pipe? And that oil is hot still. And it won't come past that pipe. Or wire, should I say. Now, move it more out of the way. This is just so tight and ridiculous, Audi. There we go. Just gonna leave that upside down for a few minutes. Let it drain away. I want it to stop dripping. I'll turn the camera back on and we'll continue. Right, one thing I did forget to say is I did take obviously the cover off. There was a couple of T45 torques at the back and the rest were T25s. It was just the actual kind of dust cover, rain cover, whatever you want to call it, underneath the protector. Now, what I want to do is unclip that and just be aware, make sure you know what end it goes in. It can only really fit in one way, but just you kind of always want to look out for that. And I do get a lot of grief. Everyone says, oh, you should replace the O-ring. This is a genuine Audi part and there was no O-ring in the box. Now that could have just been a mistake. I don't know, but if it's not leaking, I'm telling you now, there is no need to change it. So that just clips in, and as you can see, once you've got it clipped in, it won't fall out. These don't need to be tight. There's normally a Newton reading on them. Yeah, 25 Newton meters. So you don't want to over tighten these, because if it starts leaking, you're in bloody trouble. Let's try and get this back. And no doubt I'm going to get some grief about what I'm saying about especially the diesel filter oh, but Audi have designed it in a special way where it can do it. It's not that they've designed it in a special way, it's the fuel you get from the petrol station you go to. It has nothing to do with how they design it. It could be designed the best way in the world, but if you're getting bad fuel, well, bad fuel is going to do damage to it and going to get into your engine, so it makes no difference how it's designed. It's just too long in my eyes. Well, that went in a lot easier than I was expecting. Always screw everything in, especially like this, as far as you can by hand first, and then just give it a little bit of a nip up with the old ratchet and torque it to factory specs. Now, Erica will be proud of me. Factory specs. Sorted. Now I want to put all this clips, covers and all this crap back. Stupid Audi. Right, I'm not going to put the cover on because what I want to do is I want to make sure there's no leaks in here. So I want to get the oil in and we want to see if there's actually any leaks before we put the cover on for the final time. Right, what we want to do is, even though it's a new car, I'm still going to take the cover off. And we want to give it a good inspection to make sure nothing's rubbing, no pipes have come loose, no clips have come loose, no nothing like that. Because obviously that can cause you problems in the future. So we'll just give everything a check. Make sure nothing is loose, everything is in. Take your time on this, and you should really do this once a week. And if you do this once a week on any car, it can save you an awful lot of problems. So what we need to do now is bang in the oil. Right, swap my memory card and we can continue. So, oil. And I know I keep saying this, but this is so important to put the right oil in your car. And even the right antifreeze, because it can do so much damage. Audi, for some reason, only seem to sell this a litre at a time. I know why they do it, because they can charge more. But anyway, so they've given me like 5 litres of these, or 5 of these, rather than just a gallon. But anyway, we'll just pour it in. I'm going to put 4 in, and I'm going to check it with the dipstick. They're on about trying to save the environment and all that, and yet why do it like this? Why make litre tubs? Fair enough, I know you can make litre tubs. I understand why you make litre tubs, but don't just make litre tubs. Make 5 litre tubs and stuff like that. Right, that's 4 litres in there now. Remember, there's still going to be oil in there, and we also have to fill up the filter. So providing the mark on the dipstick is between the maximum and the minimum somewhere, I'm going to start this, let the oil light go off, leave it 10-20 seconds or so, and then double check and put however much more we need in to put it to the max. So let's see what we've got on the old dipperoonie stick. I don't know if you can see that, but essentially that is just over halfway between the minimum and max, so I know we're going to have plenty enough to start it. So I'm going to start it, let the oil light go out, leave it running for maybe 20 seconds after the oil light goes out, turn it off, leave it sitting for 20 seconds, 30 seconds or so, and then we'll check the oil again. Now, to give you a rough idea, depending on the car, between the minimum and maximum is normally about 1 litre. Now that does refer to a 2 litre engine and downwards. A 2 litre engine and up, it tends to be a bit more. This is a 1.6 engine, so I'm guessing if it was on the minimum mark between the maximum mark, it's going to be roughly around 1 litre. But just add a little bit, because it's easier to add stuff than it is to take away. And you don't want too much oil in your engine either. As you can see, we are just above the minimum. So I'm going to put half a litre in, and then I'm going to check it. There's a little level on the side. I've just gone over half a litre. So I'm just going to leave that. Give it a few seconds and check it. We're going to be close. Let's see how close. Now, as you can see, just over halfway. So maybe 1/4 of a litre. Now, 200 millilitres left. Oh, still need a bit more. I'm just going to leave that for a few more seconds to settle. Still need a bit more. I'd say it looks like we're going to use it all. Hope we got enough. So I'm going to put about half of that in. Yeah, 100 millilitres left. Tiny bit more. I'd say we're going to be needing all of it. I haven't got any more. They've only gave me 5 litres. I was expecting to have a little bit left in case of any problems. But maybe 5 litres is bang on, and that's why they gave me 5 litres. So. Oh, look at that. Bang on. There we go. Took it all. 5 litres of oil for a little 1.6 engine. Anyway, now I want to check brake fluid, make sure the level is good. Can I even take this out? No. It is a bit low. Before you just start adding brake fluid, normally, especially on a new car like this, would normally be because the brake pads are low. Now the brake pads are low on the back, they need new brake pads on the back, so I'm not going to fill that. We're just below the maximum, but I know once we put new pads on the top, this is going to bring back up. And I was trying to get this thing out so I could test it, but I can't. But I know the brake fluid level is going to be, or the brake fluid quality is going to be okay. So don't just add stuff when you can check it, because there's a good chance you need something, and that's why it's down. Now, next thing is, you really want to check this when the engine is completely cold. The engine is warm, so there's going to be a bit less fluid in it. It's just below the maximum, but I know once the engine's cold, that will rise back up. But we still need to check it to make sure it's not going to freeze on us. And it's good for minus, ooh, is it staying? It's get minus 37. So I think we're going to be okay. Now, for some reason, they haven't given me an air filter, and I'm sure I ordered one. Doesn't look like I did. So obviously Audi at 30,000 miles, so you don't need an air filter as well. But we are going to put one in. I can't do it in this video because I haven't got one. But it just looks like T25 Torx. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This lifts up, air filter pops in there. So I'll have to do that another day once I get it. But we are going to top up the windscreen wiper washer bottle now. So just put the fluid in first. Now what I'm going to do, before I put all the covers back on, I'm just going to start it, put it back on the lift, check for any leaks. There's no point in me showing you that on camera, but that's what I'm going to do. Then the next thing we do is the pollen filter, which must be inside somewhere because I don't see any sign of it. Could be under here. We'll have to find out where the pollen filter is in a minute. So I'm just going to check, make sure for no leaks, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the engine cover back on and stick the underneath back on. And then we'll go inside, show you how to reset the service lights. I've already done it, but at least I can show you how to do it. Right, the pollen filter, I believe, is down here on the driver's foot, the passenger's footwell, but I just cannot get, I'm struggling to get to it, never mind film it. So it's going to be there with a couple of clips. Not going to be a big deal, but unfortunately just cannot film it. We are going to film, I've already done it unfortunately, is the service lights. Now it will say service and inspection due. The service light is very, very easy to change. You go to the car, and then you go to service and checks, and then service intervals. And as you can see, I have reset them, next service due and next inspection due. But as you come down here, so you click down in the menu and it'll just say reset oil change interval. You just press OK, and are you sure? OK, and it's been reset. But it doesn't reset the inspection one, and the only way I know how to do it is, unfortunately, you do need a computer. I don't know if there's any way of doing it with the buttons in the car. Right, I'm using the Delphi system, and as you can see, I've selected Audi A3 from year 2013 onwards, and then service light reset, reset service, system service, and then basically click OK. And this is a really nice, make sure the car is off, ignition on, car off, yeah. This is really nice and easy. Some of the systems you have to put numbers in and they can be a bit more awkward, but this one is nice and simple. So it's asking me what do you want me to do. Choose what you want to perform, and what we need to do is, now we can also reset the oil service light from here like we've just done in the car, but we've already done that in the car. We need to reset both of these. So we've got reset mileage depend on inspection, and well, they're essentially the exactly the same thing, but we need to reset both of them. And all you do on this particular one is you click it, kind of gives you a bit of a warning. Yeah, we know that. We can print that out and just click OK, and then ignition off, no fuel, blah blah blah. It's just, you know, usual crap. OK, now bang. Please wait. Boom, done. It's as simple and as quick as that with this Delphi system. Now you do have to reset both of them, because otherwise it will only give you I think it's like 128 days. As you can see, we've got 364 days and 15,000 kilometers. It's only half that, so you'd have to go back into it again. Sorry about the camera work. Back into it again, do this one exactly the same way, just click OK, it does it for you, and boom, the old sun's in the way, it does that for you. I don't know if there's any other way of doing it, and I don't know what other diagnostic software will do it. I know Vagcom does it, Delphi does it, I'm not sure what else. I'm sure there's loads of them. I'm sure Snap-on and Bosch, all them type of stuff do it as well. So that's it. Well, that's it. So that's how to do a service on a 2014 Audi A3 1.6 diesel. We've kind of gone through everything here. Also how to reset the computers and stuff. Now, like I said, you do need diagnostic machines, unfortunately, to do some of it. Some of it you don't, some of it you do. But that's it. So look, hope it helps. Thumbs up, subscribe and all that. All the links down below to our Facebook, our Instagram, to our website, our forum, the GoFundMe project. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one.